Hey warriors, something shifts when you decide to see things differently. Not pretend, not fake it, but genuinely choose to look at life through a lens that serves you instead of destroys you. That's when everything starts changing. Not because the world suddenly got easier, because you became someone who could handle it better. Most people don't realize they're walking around with a filter, a lens they didn't choose but inherited. From past hurts, from disappointments, from every time something went wrong and they decided that's just how life is. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, not your circumstances, not your bank account, not who loves you or who left you, your thoughts, the stories you tell yourself, the meaning you assign to what happens. That's the power of positivity, real positivity, not toxic, not delusional, but intentional, choosing to see possibility where others see dead ends, choosing to find lessons where others only see loss." And here's what most people miss. Positivity isn't just a nice feeling. It's a force, a tangible, measurable force that reshapes your brain chemistry, alters your energy, shifts how people respond to you, and opens doors that stay invisible to negative minds. When you operate from genuine positivity, you're not ignoring reality. You're engaging with a fuller, richer, more complete version of reality. Because negativity only shows you half the picture, the threats, the problems, the dangers. Positivity shows you the rest, the opportunities, the solutions, the unexpected gifts hidden in plain sight. Think about two people walking down the same street. One sees trash, graffiti, and danger. The other sees vibrant street art, interesting architecture and possibilities. Same street, completely different experience. The difference isn't the street, it's the lens. Your mind is that lens, and positivity is how you clean it, adjust it, and point it toward what actually helps you grow. So before we dive deep, do this. Hit that like button right now. Share this with someone who needs hope. Subscribe to this channel and stay for every single point. If you're ready to take control of your mindset right now, type this in the comments. I choose positivity as my power. Number 1. You stop waiting for life to get easier. Here's where positivity changes everything. Most people are waiting for problems to disappear, waiting for stress to vanish, waiting for life to give them a break before they start living fully. And while they wait, their whole life passes by. They're stuck in this mental loop. When things calm down, then I'll be happy. When I have more money, then I'll relax. It's always when, always conditional, always future-focused. And the present, the actual life happening right now, it gets sacrificed on the altar of someday. A positive mind doesn't work like that. It doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It finds the good in what's already here. It asks, what can I appreciate right now? What's already working? Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." That's not settling, that's clarity. Because when you're only focused on what's missing, you miss what's present. Think about someone stuck in complaint mode. Everything's a problem. Every day brings new evidence of how unfair life is. And they're not wrong. Problems exist, real problems, legitimate difficulties. But by focusing exclusively on problems, they become blind to solutions, blind to beauty, blind to the 100 small things going right while they obsess over the 3 things going wrong. A positive mind flips this completely. It acknowledges the problem fully, honestly, then immediately searches for what's workable, what's salvageable, what's actually pretty damn good if you're honest about it. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." There's always something worth appreciating. Always. Even on the worst days. The breath in your lungs. The fact that you woke up. The possibility that today could surprise you. The practical shift? Start your day differently. Before you check your phone, ask yourself, what's one thing I can feel genuinely grateful for right now? Find it. Name it. Feel it. That simple practice rewires your brain to scan for good instead of only scanning for threat. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine. Whatever you train it to look for, it finds more of. Train it to find problems, you'll drown in them. Train it to find possibility, and suddenly the world is full of openings you couldn't see before. Life doesn't get easier, but your ability to find light in it gets stronger. And that light, that changes absolutely everything. Comment this affirmation if you're done seeing only obstacles. I see possibility everywhere. Number 2. Your brain literally rewires itself. This isn't philosophy. This is biology. Your brain physically changes based on what you feed it. Every thought you think repeatedly, every pattern you practice. It's all building neural pathways, strengthening some connections while weakening others. Scientists call it neuroplasticity. And it's the reason positivity isn't just a nice idea. It's a legitimate tool for reconstructing your entire mental architecture. Here's how it works. Neurons that fire together, wire together. When you think a thought once, it creates a tiny pathway. Think it 1,000 times, and it becomes a highway. Automatic, effortless, default. That's why negativity feels so natural to some people, not because they're broken, because they've been practicing it so long it became their brain's preferred route. But here's the incredible part. That same mechanism works in reverse. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When you practice positivity, real, intentional positivity, you're literally dyeing your soul a different color. You're building new pathways, creating new defaults, training your brain to search for different data. Research shows measurable changes in brain structure after consistent positive practice. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making, gets stronger. The amygdala, the fear center, becomes less reactive. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." That's the negative brain at work. It takes one problem and extrapolates it into catastrophe. One mistake becomes, "I'm a failure." One rejection becomes, "I'll always be alone." But those aren't facts. Those are stories. Stories created by a brain that's been trained to expect the worst. A positive brain tells different stories. It sees one mistake and thinks, "I'm learning." One rejection and thinks, "That wasn't my path." The practical application. Start interrupting your automatic negative thoughts. Catch them and ask, "Is this actually true? What's another interpretation?" That pause, that moment of questioning, is where the rewiring happens. Every time you choose a different thought, you're weakening the old pathway and building a new one. Epictetus said, "No thing is terrible except for the mind making it so." Train your brain to assign empowering meanings, to look for the good, to find the lesson, to see the possibility, because when your brain changes, your life changes. Not someday, immediately. Let me see this affirmation in the comments if you're committed to changing your brain. I'm rewiring my mind daily. Number 3, your body knows when your mind is suffering. Your body isn't separate from your mind. It's listening, always. Every negative thought you have creates a chemical reaction, and your body, your heart, your gut, your immune system responds accordingly. When you operate from chronic negativity, your body lives in a state of stress, even when there's no real threat, even when you're physically safe. Your mind tells the story of danger, and your body believes it. Cortisol floods your system. Your heart rate elevates. Your muscles tense. Your immune system weakens. Not because something's actually attacking you, because your thoughts convinced your body something might. Marcus Aurelius understood this connection. He wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Your estimate, your interpretation, your mental story, that's what's creating the physical response. Think about two people stuck in traffic. One person's gripping the steering wheel, jaw clenched, blood pressure rising. The other person's breathing deeply, listening to music, using the time to relax. Same traffic, completely different physical experience. Negativity tells the body, danger, threat, prepare for attack, and the body obeys. But chronic negativity keeps you in that state constantly, and over time, it destroys you. Chronic inflammation, weakened immunity, cardiovascular problems, sleep disruption. Now flip it. Positivity tells your body a different story. We're okay, we're safe, we can relax, and the body responds. Cortisol drops, breathing deepens, muscles release, the immune system strengthens. Seneca said, "The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable." And that misery isn't just emotional, it's physical. Your body pays the price for every anxious thought, every negative spiral. But when you practice positivity, your body registers that shift immediately. Studies on gratitude show it lowers blood pressure. Studies on optimism show faster recovery from illness. The practical shift? Start checking in with your body throughout the day. Notice where you're holding tension. Notice your breathing. Take a deep breath. Consciously relax your shoulders. And while you do that, choose a thought that serves you, something that signals safety rather than threat. Your body will respond. Not eventually, immediately. You're not two separate systems, mind and body. You're one integrated whole, and when you heal one, you heal both. Drop this in the comments to activate your body's natural healing. My mind heals my body. Number 4, the right people show up when you're ready. Here's something that sounds mystical but is actually completely practical. When your energy changes, the people around you change too. Because energy is real, frequency is real, and human beings are incredibly sensitive to it. When you operate from negativity, you emit a specific frequency: complaint, cynicism, doubt, and that frequency repels certain people while attracting others, usually the wrong others. But when you shift to genuine positivity, you become a completely different, energetic presence, and the people who resonate with that, they find you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." And your way of thinking doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone who encounters you. People feel it. They respond to it. Think about someone deeply negative. You can feel it the moment they walk in a room. The energy drops. Conversations become heavier. Everyone braces themselves. And consciously or unconsciously, people start avoiding them, because that energy is draining. Now think about someone genuinely positive, not fake cheerful, but someone who genuinely sees the good, who believes in possibility. You want to be around them, everyone does. Their energy lifts you. Seneca said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you, but those people are also looking to associate with someone who will improve them. And if you're drowning in negativity, they won't choose you, because the energy doesn't match." When you develop real positivity, you become someone worth knowing, someone others want in their corner, and suddenly, doors open, introductions happen, opportunities appear, connections form that change everything, not because the universe rewarded you, because you became someone people want to help, work with, invest in, love. And here's the beautiful part. When you shift your energy, you don't have to hunt for the right people. They start appearing naturally. Synchronicity isn't magic, it's alignment. When your internal state matches what you're seeking externally, the match happens. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Become the energy you want to attract. Be the friend you wish you had. Embody the positivity you're seeking from others. Because here's the truth, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you're negative, you'll attract people comfortable with negativity. If you're positive, you'll attract people who value that energy. Your energy is your invitation. What are you inviting into your life? If you believe energy attracts energy, comment this: I attract my tribe. Number 5. You keep going when everything says stop. This is where positivity becomes unstoppable power, because motivation runs out, excitement fades. The initial burst of energy that got you started, it doesn't last, and when it disappears, most people quit. They think the absence of motivation means they're on the wrong path. They think if it was meant to be, it would be easier. That's negativity talking, and it kills more dreams than failure ever could. A positive mind doesn't rely on motivation. It operates on something deeper: belief. Belief that the struggle is part of the process, not proof of failure. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That strength isn't about never feeling like quitting. It's about continuing anyway, not because you feel like it, because you decided to. Think about someone trying to build something meaningful. The beginning is exciting, adrenaline-fueled, full of possibility. Then reality hits. Progress slows. Results don't match expectations. And suddenly the voice starts. Maybe this isn't for you. Maybe it's time to quit. A negative mind listens to that voice, uses it as permission to give up. A positive mind hears it and says, "That's just resistance. That's just fear. This is exactly where I need to stay." Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Labor isn't comfortable. The burn in your muscles when you're lifting weights, that's not damage, that's growth. The difficulty is the mechanism, not the problem. Same with any worthwhile pursuit. The hard part isn't interrupting your progress. It is your progress. Think about nature. A seed doesn't break through soil by hoping it gets easier. It pushes, constantly, against resistance, but it keeps pushing until it breaks through into light. That's positivity in action. Not believing everything will be easy. Believing everything worthwhile requires pushing through. And here's what changes when you adopt that mindset. Your relationship with failure transforms. Failure stops being the end. It becomes data, feedback. Positivity reframes everything. It sees setbacks as setups. It sees closed doors as redirections. The practical reality: there will be days, many days, when you don't want to continue. When everything in you says stop. Those days are the test, not of your talent, of your mental strength. Real positivity says, "I don't feel like it today, and I'm doing it anyway, because how I feel right now doesn't determine my future. My actions do." Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly. Everything meaningful takes time, takes showing up on the days you don't feel like it. And you can't do that from a negative mind. But a positive mind? It can endure anything. So when everything says stop, don't listen to everything. Listen to the part of you that knows why you started, the part that refuses to quit on yourself. Drop this affirmation in the comments if you refuse to quit. I continue when it's hard.